Have you ever felt the urge to cry but decided not to because you were afraid of what you would think of yourself or what other people would think of you? What if a girl heard that you were crying? Would she even think that you were a real man anymore? In this video, I'm going to break down exactly why you should cry and why I believe it's only the weak men who think it's not masculine to cry and to hold back his emotions. To illustrate my point, I'm going to tell you a personal story about my friend Chris. Chris was a guy who was incredibly good looking, confident, funny, smooth, and he always did phenomenally well with girls. One day, Chris met this beautiful Brazilian girl named Andrea. She had long brown hair, brown eyes, dark skin, and a very warm smile. Chris and Andrea immediately got along, and they started to date each other for about 2 months. They were not officially boyfriend and girlfriend, but Chris was experiencing real emotion towards a girl for the first time in many, many years. One day, Chris was walking home from his bartending job, and he decided to stop by Andrea's house to say hi. When he got there, he noticed that she was not there, which was strange because it was so late at night. He didn't think much of it, and then the next day he texted her asking her how it was going, but she did not reply. He then texted her again the following day, but no response, and he did this for the next 3 to 4 days. And then finally, Chris receives a text from her saying, "Sorry, I've been very busy over the past few days, and I was with a friend that night you came by." When Chris asked her to hang out, she responded with, "Sorry, I am also very busy for the rest of the week." Chris continued to try and plan a date with her, but Andrea kept blowing him off last minute, saying that something had come up, like a last minute dinner, a last minute surprise party, that kind of thing. After about 3 weeks of her continually canceling on him, he finally gave up trying to organize a time to meet up because it was torture for him to keep making plans only for her to break them last minute. So eventually they stopped messaging, and just like that, it was over. When Chris told me the story, I could tell that he was very upset. I told him that he needs to cry or hit a punching bag or something to release these bad emotions that are currently inside of him. But he kept telling me, "Nah, I'm fine, I just want to forget her." Thinking about it really puts me off. I think we all have seen a friend who has been very hurt over someone or a bad breakup, to the point where he or she is so quiet and not acting like the normal selves they are almost unrecognizable. You can often tell just by looking at someone that they have some bad emotions in them. This can appear through their posture, facial expressions, the inability to smile, and even the way they look at you. Bad emotions will keep you down just like chains. I'm also sure we all know someone who has never really 100% recovered from a bad breakup, even years after it happened. Some people go their whole lives still torn up about a bad breakup. The thing that most people don't understand about emotions is that you need to take the necessary steps to get them out of your body, but if you don't, they will always stay inside of you. Releasing these bad emotions can be done in a variety of ways. You can yell, you can work out, you can laugh, you can even have sex. But the most effective way to release these emotions is the one most men stay away from, which is crying. And this is because men do not think it's masculine to cry. So let's go back to my friend Chris. Out of these two options, what sounds like the more masculine thing to do? Option 1, run away and hide from his sad emotions because thinking about them is too difficult and he does not want to deal with them. Or option 2, he looks inside of himself and faces his sad emotions head on. He does not hide from them, he is not embarrassed by them, and he knows it will probably make him cry, but he understands that in order to move on, he has to deal with them even though it's really hard and it's going to really hurt him. Strong people confront their fears and emotions. Weak people run away from them. You have to deal with your emotions because that is the only option if you want to move forward and be happy. So if you are watching this and you have some sadness that is laying within you, this is what I would invite you to do. Go to your room, close the door, put on some headphones, and listen to some really sad music. And think really deep and hard about that sad thing that has been kind of bothering you. When you do this, you will feel that emotion come up, and you could feel these tears come up. But this time, do not fight it, do not block it off. I want you to embrace the emotion and embrace the tears. Confront your emotions and move on. Share this video with a friend who needs to see it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.